The difference that a subwoofer makes. This comes from Jeff in Missouri, and Jeff writes, Paul, this is not a question. I just want to make a comment. And I've asked in 1,000 or so videos that we've done that more and more of you send me a note and saying, I took your advice and it sucked. I took your advice and it worked, whatever. Because that's a more of a two-way communication thing, and I really appreciate that. And you can always write me, paul@psaudio.com. I always answer those. I get thousands of requests through our website for the Ask Paul series, and I can't answer all of those. We can only do one a day. So if you have a very specific one and you want to give me some feedback, I very much appreciate it. Love your questions. Love the feedback. Okay. Anyway, Jeff writes, Paul, there's no question here. It's just a comment. I wanted to say thanks to you, the Boss Skaggs pun, for those of you, I don't know if you know, there's a great track from Boss Skaggs called Thanks to You. And on it, there's a synth or an electric piano that goes down just the deepest note. And most systems don't reproduce it. But it sounds right. You just don't know what you're missing. So that's what he's referring to, the Boss Skaggs piece. Thanks to you. I added a sub to my system, and you were right. There's a whole octave hiding in that song. See? I told you. Also, like you said, once I got the settings just right, it doesn't sound like a sub at all. Just like the Vandies go deep now, Vandersteens. I couldn't afford twin rails, so I got an ELAC Debut 2.0, and now Mannheim Steamrollers Toccata sounds like a whole new song. Thanks for all your advice, Jeff. Well, thank you for all your feedback, Jeff. And as I've said before, and I'm sure I'll say it again, a subwoofer's job is not to sit separately making all this bass. Its job is to augment your main speakers so it sounds like they have bass. As Jeff writes, his Vandersteens now sound like they have really low bass. That's the goal. And once you get that right, once you get that sub set up so that you don't hear the sub, you just hear the main speakers going down deep, deep, deep. So it's a very natural sound, more than just this missing octave appeared. More than that happens because in a killer system with killer subwoofers set up, oh my gosh, it just changes the entire, I'm going to use the word dynamic, and don't take that for dynamic range, but the entire dynamic of the whole musical presentation. All of a sudden, you are more there with the musicians. You're hearing things that weren't there. When they walk on the floor, when things that might not seem important, it gives it a sense of realism that until you get a good subwoofer in there, you will never, ever know what I'm talking about. Jeff knows it now, and I would encourage any one of you that watch my videos to consider adding a subwoofer properly. Okay? Thanks. I appreciate the comment, Jeff. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.